Oh, hello there, Site42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. As always, I'm Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site42, and here we are, yet again, for another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site42. As always, in case you're new, I am here as a representative of the SCP Foundation to educate, illuminate, elucidate on the many facets of education you need here at the SCP Foundation, whether that's the anomalies we contain, or the staff who do the containing, or the groups of interest who hate that we do the containing, or what seems to be the most popular thing in the world, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that are not from the SCP Foundation universe or pataphysical level. Now I should address something that I can tell the chat is saying before I even begin with my greetings. I have been working on a project that Dr. Taffington is working with, that is testing of SCP. And when you're testing SCP, there is a certain anomalous effect where your mood is cognitohazardly flipped from what it currently is. So right now, I guarantee with you that I am jumping for joy and very happy and excited. But similar to the "meanwhile in Australia" meme, I cannot express it the way I would like to. Junior Researcher Sally, Senior Researcher Alex, congratulations on the promotion again. Random Fandom, Chaos Goblin Dogs, Hunter Parker, Auki, Zerdrin, Sheeny, Random Fandom, all of you, welcome, and Captain Aether as well. Welcome to chat and thank you for being members. Meanwhile, The Forest Eyes, Smallish Games, Jonathan and Dark Phoenix, welcome to chat. Just for being you. Despite my condition, we are going to do our coffee break today. And everything will be hunky-dory. Do not let me put a damper on the situation. Trust me, I am just as cheerful as ever. But right now, I am medically unable to express that. But that doesn't mean that we will not be able to have great education on the factors of the SCP universe. Zerdrin, you are correct. Everything is hunky-dory. No espresso lemonade today. That is correct. I am instead utilizing my magic cure-all potion to see if it helps me at all. Smallish Games, I do not need SCP-999 time right now. I'm actually quite chipper. In fact, I had a very nice hangout with SCP-008-J, codenamed Jeff, who stopped by the site today. It was a raucous good time. Captain Price was very cross the entire time, which made it extra hilarious. The Forest Eyes, let me correct you. That is Jeff with a G-O, or a G-E-O. It is not a J-Jeff. Different Jeff. And good. Yes, screw Captain Price. That guy is a super buzzkill. Good evening, Dr. Sherman. My question for you. How would the SCP Foundation contain Poppy Playtime? And when is the next SCP X is not an SCP episode coming out? So Poppy Playtime is very easy to contain, which makes me jump for joy. I know you can't tell right now, but internally I'm leaping with happiness and sunshine and rainbows. But it's a business contained in a factory, so it's very easy for us to just stop people coming in and out of the factory. I love anomalies that are easy to contain. And meanwhile, I have requested help on the script I've been having trouble with for the new X is not an SCP series debut. And so look forward to that. I'm making progress by getting a helping hand from another author. Eve and Epig, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I promise I'm very ecstatic for this situation of your joining us. It is just this cognitohazard that unfortunately, because I was affected before I came to stream, I am not protected by the memetic filters that Clef holds over our chat. So I just have to go through it until it wears off. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cup of tea on your way past the commissary. How many anomalous SCP computers do we have? I can check the database for that now because the tag cloud is working again. Do you see how excited I am that the tag cloud is working again? So if I go to the database and I skip to the tags and I go to the tag, probably computer. Computer seems like the right tag to check this. Component, computer. On the database right now, we have 100 pages exactly tagged as computer. So while some of those will be computer viruses or AIs that are inside computers, that is 100 pages for you to dive in to your happy dappy computer anomaly search. You could be like Scrooge McDuck, but instead of jumping into a vat of gold coins, you could jump into a pile of anomalous computer ephemera, which I doubt would be very comfortable, but hey, maybe you'll have a good time. Sean Torres, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a rack of lamb on your way past the commissary. Hello again, Doc. I went out to a con in my facility guard cosplay. I was alerted to a nearby security breach and was recognized as Foundation by multiple people. We need to send an amnestics team stat. Torres, don't worry. I understand that in your universe, we have the SCP Wiki listed as a website for fan fiction to throw people off our scent. They weren't seriously considering you a member of the Foundation. They thought you were cosplaying a fictional group. I'm very happy to report that your cover is safe. In fact, by cosplaying it, you made it very much easier to keep up the veil. So thank you for your service. Hi, Dr. Sherman. I finally caught a street. Why are you blue? Intern Jazzy Boy. I don't know in which sense you mean this, so I'm going to answer both. The first I'm going to answer is that my hair is blue and turquoise and purple because I felt like a nice summer change of pace. And I feel very fabulous about it, and I very much enjoy the look. Meanwhile, you might think that I am blue in a sad sense, but you missed the disclaimer at the beginning of stream that I am currently waiting for the effects of an anomaly that flips your mood to the opposite mood when you try to express yourself. So trust me, right now I'm very excitable and jumping for joy. I had a very good morning. But right now I am incapable of showing such a thing. That is all. More monotone than anything. Well, Sheeny, maybe this is what Dr. Gears goes through every day. Jesse Springer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a shrimp cocktail on your way past the commissary. Jess, it's so fun that Jeff is just an SCP that's a normal man who accidentally comes to secure sites. It is quite fun. And Jeff is a really nice guy. Very cool. And fun to play video games with. Therefore, that is a very nice way to spend a morning when Jeff hangs out at your site, as long as you can deal with Commander Price making a fuss, which doesn't bother us because Commander Price can suck it. Reagent Lilith, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. You make sure to grab yourself a slow roast barbecue on your way past the commissary. If 106 pulls you into his pocket dimension, look, how long would you have to successfully evade him up? Wait a minute. No. You gotta, he's not a he, it's an it. Because he's, it's an anomaly. It's an it, not a he. So, all anomalies are objects, not people. We don't humanize the anomalies. 106 is an it. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. SCP-106 is an it. How long would you have to successfully evade him before he gives up? It gives up? Or is there an escape? You have about as long as the acid takes to dissolve you, because you are constantly being touched and bruised by the acid that's all over 106's dimension. So your time is severely limited, but people have come out alive once in a blue moon. Dark Duality. Congratulations on your 1-month anniversary of being a Mobile Task Force captain here at Site 42. SCP-729-J is in my cell again? Oh, I'm so sorry for you. That's absolutely terrible. Ha! I hate that thing. I really wish that it would be gone. But the O5 won't let us do that. But when they do, I'm gonna be all over it. Ha! SCP-457 is scaring me. Isn't that the man made of fire? The living, flaming humanoid? Turn on a sprinkler. Turn on a sprinkler. That's all you gotta do. I really want to know how the Foundation would handle someone completely immune to anomalies. We've already got those. They're called reality sinks. We usually use them to contain other anomalies. Yep. Don't forget, today is pizza day. Go and grab yourself a hot slice. I'm sorry to say that was yesterday. You're a day late for pizza day, unfortunately. Nice blue hair. Well, thank you kindly, Gojira Man. I do feel bonita. You know that Pinata SCP. Everyone is familiar with the Childbreaker. I mean, how could you not be with a anomaly codename like the Childbreaker? It's a very fun anomaly if you like anomalies that murder children, which is in fact not fun for most people. Senior Researcher Frogman, a time check you request. It is currently 18 minutes into what will turn out to be a 1 to 2 hour stream. Are you in a black, insane containment room of some sort? No, this is the audio phonics laboratory. It's where sound-based anomalies are tested, and it's where the best acoustics for broadcasting to the rest of the Foundation is found. Is it just me, or does Sherm sound depressed? Believe me, I am quite at the top of my game and happy and healthy today. It is simply the anomaly reversing my emotional output. I am fine. You're all fine. We're having a good time. Reagent Lilith, thank you for donating again. And for becoming a #1 chatter on the chat leaderboard, because YouTube thinks that's such a clever plan that everyone knows and loves and appreciates and doesn't think is weird. Thanks, YouTube. For the improper terminology, I am leaving this $5 in the swear jar. Thank you, Doc, as always. Well, Lilith, you didn't need to do that, but it is appreciated. And I look forward to you continuing to keep up your proper pronoun parlance in the future. I broke the femur breaker with a femur. Signed, Janitor Goober. Oh man. It was too femur, too furious over there. It must have been some kind of... Did you femur break the Wolverine? Was it an adamantium femur? The people need to know. Yes, Janitor Goober says. Well, that was, in fact, a very gooberish choice. You should have known better than to femur break the Wolverine. And so now you're going to need to clean up your mess, go over to the mechanical shop, and get yourself some tools. Dr. Sherman, is it bad that I'd like to comfort Shy Guy? Well, isn't that cute? You have empathy while working at the Foundation. How entertaining. But really, that's a bad idea in multiple ways. You probably shouldn't do it. And in fact, that amount of empathy is going to get you a one-way ticket to re-education. So I hope you enjoy your stay at Medical while they clean up that empathy of yours. I don't actually work here. Ah, you exist in one of those universes where the broken masquerade has happened, and so people outside of our employee force know about the Foundation. That's just fine. Your cell phone SIM card is an excellent tracker. Our agents will be with you shortly to make sure you get your full extended stay at Not Messing With Our Workflow. Consoling 096. What a clever idea people have. Where do the code names from SCPs come from? I go to the database, and Childbreaker does not appear on the SCP-956 listing. Intern Lord Silver, that is a fantastic question. I am so happy you asked it, because I love educating people about the SCP Wiki so much. So all you need to do is you need to go to the SCP database, and you go to the series page. In this case, since it's less than 1,000, it's going to be SCP Series 1. And then when you scroll down to 956, you will see SCP-956, codename the Childbreaker. And then, if you want to be real epic about it, then you can download a browser extension called Skipper. S-C-P-P-E-R. And what Skipper does is it makes your browsing experience for the SCP Wiki a lot more streamlined. On every page that you pull up when you're looking at the database entry, Skipper adds the title of the code name to the top of the page next to the SCP number, and it also adds the author name to the bottom, written by author name. It's actually a really convenient tool for people who like to browse the SCP Wiki, and I highly recommend it. And the guy who made it has a Patreon, and you should support it, because it's super cool. It's very exciting. Sorry, I'm just so excited. Dark Phoenix, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a hot chocolate on your way past the commissary. But one of those really good ones, where they give you a bunch of whipped cream and a cinnamon stick and sprinkles and stuff on it. You deserve it. Greetings, Dr. Sherman. I am glad to announce that we haven't had any major incidents at my current site. That is awesome. I'm very excited to hear that. We had a run-in with the Chaos Insurgency. They left soon after they noticed all the highly trained advanced security. I appreciate the intimidation. Excellent work. Captain Aether, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Italian soda on your way past the commissary. Sir, 106 has broken containment. This is the third time 106 has come up in this stream. That's very coincidental. Is this some sort of Chaos Insurgency plot to release SCP-106? Because that's, oh my gosh. If the Femur Breaker's broken because someone decided to put Wolverine in the Femur Breaker, despite the fact that those femurs are quite unbreakable, then that would be the perfect time to ask how long you could expect to escape the pocket dimension before you were trying to free 106. Oh, this is fabulous. Let me call security to save us all because we are more than likely going to perish. Oh, boy. Aoki, are you sure you're okay? You're acting insane. Aoki, you can trust me. I am currently well within my right mind. My emotional outlets have just been flipped. I don't know which emotion corresponds to which right now. It seems my normal chipper demeanor has been replaced by a monotone, and it seems that laughter comes out in extreme bad emotions like anger or disgust, and it seems like excitedness comes out as weeping. We're all still working with the effects of SCP while we try to figure out what it does. But be aware, I am fine. We're all fine as long as SCP-106 didn't actually breach containment. Then we're all fine. Ooh. Dark Duality, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself, you know what? Grab yourself a salmon fillet on your way past the commissary. 1, I thought YouTube would have told us itself when I became researcher. 2, had to get a promotion since my old level didn't allow me to access all the info I needed. Well, I guess it makes sense as a reason to give you a promotion, at least in classification level. The question, I guess whoever gave it to you must have deemed you necessary to have that information. So do not make this privilege go unrewarded. What's the point of SCP containment if you can just throw them in the backrooms? What? That's such a weird question, because obviously we want to contain anomalies, which means we wouldn't throw them in the backrooms, which is an unpredictable spatial anomaly where we couldn't get them back and they might just escape and go somewhere else. Seems like a terrible idea for people who aren't thinking straight. Have you considered getting your mind checked? Have you considered you didn't see nothing? please go back to the remedial academy, because obviously you need some help with how to do special containment procedures. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some pork belly on your way past the commissary. Raiding the commissary before I die. Well, yes, please do not starve to death, especially when I just offered you delicious pork belly. Star Bricks, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Hawaiian punch on your way past the commissary. What class would Sin be? I'm assuming you mean Sin from Murder Hornets, and that is definitely a Keter entity. Very difficult to contain, I can tell just by what I've gleaned through some small research. Reagent Lilith, thank you so much for donating 5 memberships. It's very much appreciated. And if you got those memberships, you better thank Reagent Lily for their generosity. Sorry, Reagent Lilith, my bad. Desk, are you saying that it's 35 of 50 memberships? You pulling that over from yesterday's stream? Because if you're doing that, yesterday I thought we had 35, which would make it 40 today. But that's just in my memory. Although it is an exciting proposition. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. All right, I'm trusting you. My head's in a weird place right now. So, there we go. Raccoon Dog, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Polish sausage on your way past the commissary. Hey, Doc, if you had a superpower or ability, what would it be? Would you use it to benefit the site or yourself? If I had to have an anomaly, which I don't, because I am an average run-of-the-mill human site director who does not have any anomalous abilities, nor does my pen have any anomalous abilities. But if I did have an anomalous ability, then, you know what? I think I would have a good time doing super speed, like the Flash or SCP-5886. Although I'd like to be able to adjust my perception of time so I didn't get in an SCP-5886 situation, because that seems really boring if you can't control it properly. Likes. Oh, Jazzy Boy, you're correct. SCP chat. The likes are so close to the viewer count. 123 to 137. Hit that like button because you are excited to make the likes go over the viewers. That's how you do it, Site42 staff, damn it. And Marquise Moore, welcome to Site42 staff. We appreciate your subscription. Sheeny, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a cold one on your way past the commissary. How the fuck are we supposed to test them if they're wandering the backrooms? Think, people. You're exactly right. That is exactly what I think of those people. That they need to think if they want to be here at the Foundation properly. You did it very quickly, Site 42 staff. The likes have gone over the viewer count. You are the strongest and most capable mobile task force, Site 42, that I have ever seen. And I appreciate the might of your service. Congratulations, Mobile Task Force Site 42. Codename Signal Boosters. I'm just so proud. Doc, is the SCP you are under on the site, or are you writing it? It's just something we're kicking around Site 42 right now, SCP. And so it's there. We're researching it. It's not on the database yet, but once we have a proper documentation, it'll go up. Intern Doge, I don't have to check in with medical. We already know the cognitohazard's effects, and it will wear off eventually. I just have to be patient. Dark Phoenix, thank you for donating again. The security budget at my site is just increased. We just got better gear, and I requested to be sent to your site so I can meet you. Well, Dark Phoenix, I will be here managing the site on your arrival. We'll give you a nice tour when you get here. Starbricks, welcome to Level 1 Researchership here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Python Dino, do you want a Lamar Jackson edit? I don't know what that means, but people have been talking about it a lot in chat recently, and I am slightly perplexed. People keep asking me to grab the camera or put my palm over the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit, and I don't know what that means. If anyone would like to educate this old site director on the current parlance, I would much appreciate it. Cineris, hey Dr. Sherman, how are you recovering? I know you can't tell, but I am feeling fantastic right now. I actually have fully recovered from the COVID I had last week, and I've gotten lots of good sleep, and I'm currently packing for the cross-country trip that will culminate with me being at MetroCon Tampa, not this weekend, but next weekend. And so I'm actually very excited. It is just that this cognitohazard, SCP, is messing with my head right now. And so I'm honestly fine. And intern alien, yes, I did dye my hair, or more accurately, I had the on-site stylist do it because I am not a hair care specialist. Are there other doctors we don't talk about? Dark Duality, the only doctor we don't talk about is Bruno. Anyone else is fair game, and in fact, Bruno's replacement, Dr. Elias Shaw, is also fine. Just not that one doctor. And in fact, if you want to talk about asshole doctors, like Dr. Christopher Burns, who all of my homies hate, then yes, We can talk about how much we hate that guy. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a big jar of Jelly Bellies on your way past the commissary. I'm back. The Anomalous VeggieTales videos ended up sending us into their universe, and the only way out was to go through countless Bible adventures. That sounds crazy. I want to know more details. Slendymon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a fajita on your way past the commissary. I've pushed 729-J down the infinite stairwell. Well, now we need, as much as I enjoy that thing being injured and annoyed and inconvenienced, we do need to go get it, because we can't have a lost anomaly. You never know what it'll get up to. Dapper, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some junior mints on your way past the commissary. Do we know SCP Foundation-like organizations in alternate universes? Over our time dealing with lots of cross-universe and pataphysical level work, we've seen a lot of different organizations. Many are simply alternate SCP Foundations. And so we're very used to working with ourselves in other universes in different capacities. Meanwhile, you get a little further outside of our cluster of fiction, and you get to groups like the Men in Black, or the group behind the rituals in Cabin in the Woods, or the Federal Bureau of Control, or the government's group from Warehouse 13. There's a lot of different SCP Foundation-like groups that we have interacted with in our adventures in the multiverse. Hope you're feeling okay. Having disconnected affect would give me a headache. I hope this doesn't give me a headache. I've had a headache all of the COVID times, and it finally went away. I'm actually quite excited to be feeling better. And so I certainly hope that this doesn't bring back the headache. How is Elias different than Bruno? Dark Duality, that's an interesting question. The big conceit that's the difference is that there is no amulet. Elias Shaw's infinite life body snatching thing is a physical property that activates on Elias Shaw's death and shunts Shaw into the nearest body. So you don't get to pick who it's going to be, which leads to a lot more chaos when situations like that happen. That is the most striking difference, and because of that, there's a physical indication of Elias Shaw being inside a body, which is heterochromia, or when the eyes are different colors. You can look up Elias Shaw in the database. There's more works about Shaw himself being written by the day. It's just a process, and the wiki is still working out exactly what to do process-wise with the rest of the Dr. Bright works on the wiki. But that is for wiki staff to deal with. It's a long process. They want to make sure they do everything right. Star Bricks, thank you for donating again. What class would the FNAF animatronics be, and what would Containment look like? The FNAF animatronics in general are Euclid, because they stay pretty well in their restaurant most canons. Meanwhile, the ghostly ones and the ones that leave the site, depending on how hard they are to lock down, might end up being Keter. Because the basic animatronics, we could put in a containment cell and they'd be stuck. But anything that teleports, that moves up to Keter. Slendymon, thank you for donating again. Fine, I'll bring it back, you buzzkill. See you later. Thank you, Slendy. I appreciate your professionalism in this manner. Wolvesy the Night Eye, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some ceviche on your way past the commissary. Where can I find Why We Do Not Talk About Bruno? There is a video on this channel called The Last Death of Jack Bright. And that is my short summary of why Site42 absolutely does not talk about that character anymore, and why a lot of the SCP community also doesn't. It's not a universal stance. You can't get everybody on the same page. But on Site42, we do it this way, because I can run the house. And then the SCP Wiki, a lot of the community feels the same way. Also, in that video's description, you'll find links to more in-depth evidence and tales about what the author did that got them banned, which is why the character is also banned. Doctor, what's happened to your follicles? Do you like it? The stylist did a really good job, and I think it looks very fashionable. We got a peacock theme going. It's very bonita. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for donating again. I'm beginning to think there's a reality bender screwing with us with the recent increase in anomalous videos we've been getting down in sub-level 6. It wouldn't take a reality bender to drop a bunch of anomalous videos on you. It could very well be some sort of sentient AI entity. You should be checking the data stream to see if there's anything living in there right now. That's your first round. Wolvesies, thank you for donating again. Also wishing you health and a fast recovery. Thank you very much. I am, again, completely fine. It is just this damnable cognitohazard from SCP that is stopping me from being able to talk properly. But I promise I feel fine. Anna, thank you for your 1-month member message. Hey Doc, it's Anna. Me and my sister Pinky are watching together and wanted to say it's our birthday tomorrow. Out of character, my Wi-Fi is a little spotty right now. Well, happy almost birthday. And as a heads up for everyone in the stream right now, tomorrow's stream is going to be very haphazard. The only time I should be able to stream tomorrow is going to be early in the morning because I have a plane to catch. You will probably have me streaming from a corner of the airport tomorrow. So keep your notifications on because you don't know where I'm going to be when. Very chaotic, especially for the next 3 weeks while I am traveling. Keep that bell hit because I might be streaming in the morning, noon, or night. I will not know. It'll be last minute. You will all be surprised. I will be there with as little tech as I can manage. We will do as we can. I like your hair color. Makes me want to get my hair dyed too. Well, Cineris, if you have some fun with your hair color, go have fun with your hair color. That sounds awesome. Nautica, longtime watcher, good to see you again. Welcome back, Nautica. Good to see you. Hold on, when did Site 42 get an on-site airport and why? No, unfortunately, we are not a site that has an on-site airport. But I am not registered on this trip to go through our dimensional ways, so I need to fly consumer. So I'm going to be heading to a standard civilian airport and flying out that way. I'm hoping to find a nice isolated teleconference room so I can have our coffee break without alerting any civilians to the anomalous things that we're going to be discussing. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for donating again. It's mostly VHS, a couple Betamax, and a few DVDs. Oh, I thought you were talking about videos broadcasting on the TVs. I did not know you meant physical media. That leaves me even more confused. Are these new physical medias that are appearing, or are they physical media that was already there that's being transformed into something anomalous? Demon Sniper, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a pint of iced cream on your way past the commissary. We caught the guy who threw 999 into 3008. What is the consequence for his actions? Termination. If the cognito hazard affecting you is yet to be put into the SCP database, you are still onboarding it. If Site 42 chooses not to take it, would that mean you will be letting it back into the world? We would absolutely not let an anomaly that does this back into circulation among the public. That's for sure. If it does not get boarded here at Site 42, it's just going to be shunted to another site. It depends on which site is best suited to handle containment of this anomaly. It is simply that we got it first, so we have dibs on writing the report and where to send it. Dark Phoenix, thank you for donating again. I was walking past a newly captured anomaly. It called me the Chosen One. I simply gave it a stern look and moved on. What do you recommend I do? I highly recommend that you ignore it. I think anomalies just say things sometimes, and it's not worth getting up in arms about something that's just mildly confusing. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for donating again. They're submitted to us from various field agents. So are you saying that they're being sent to you by field agents they're found in the field? Because that makes sense that we're containing videos that are anomalous. It's not unlikely that agents would send things, although they should be checked in as anomalies, not just sent down to Sub-Basement 6. I am so confused about what's happening down there. I don't get it. What is the problem there? Hello, Dr. Sherman. I'm digging deeper into an old myth at my elementary school, Dead Man's Tree. Don't know why I was using caps. My friend's making a song based off the myth, and so far it's fire. By the way, you okay? Except for my current infection with a cognitohazard from SCP, I am doing just fine. And once this cognitohazard wears off, it will be easier for me to portray that. And very cool that art is being created. I am always a fan of songs and music and stories and oral history and folklore. It's all very nice. And I'm glad to hear that good art is being created. I love that Sherm can finally just say, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about to questions. Iconic. To be fair, I think I do say I don't know what you're all talking about a lot. It's just a different inflection today. I missed the beginning of the stream. What cognitohazard are you afflicted with? Intern CC, I am infected by SCP, and it's causing me to have abnormal emotional responses to stimuli. Essentially, the wires are currently rearranged in my brain so that this is what my happy voice sounds like. It's not exactly predictable. It feels like there's not so many opposite emotions, so certain things just come out differently than one would expect, which is a little weird, but you know that's just how life is sometimes with these anomalies. (729-J). Oh, you're here. How great for all of us. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you sucking so bad, you plush jerk. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for donating again. We've got nearly 10 times the videos over the last year. This kind of uptick is indicative of some sort of person or entity's intentional anomalous tomfoolery. Okay, that does make sense. I do believe in that case you should be looking for a person of interest. I wouldn't jump to reality bender first, but a person of interest who has learned to make anomalies is my first guess. I would hate... Let me check the database real quick. Well, we do have several anomalies that are based on video rental stores, including SCP-3462. And so that could feasibly be a clue as to what kind of entity is making these anomalous tapes. You should cross-reference the tapes with SCP-3462 to see if there's a link. Have you gotten the tree to scream yet? Intern CC. The tree has not screamed yet. But you can trust me. SCP-4521 and I have a great testing schedule when I get back from my travels. And oh boy, by then they're probably going to even pass the ethics committee roster test that I can use SCP-729-J on it. And once I can combine SCP-729-J with SCP-4521, oh golly, you are going to see some sparks fly. That tree will be screaming to the rafters. I am going absolute bliss. It will be absolute bliss. Cooper Corp, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some waffles on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, have you considered giving SCP-079 an upgrade? By the way, it's good to see you. As soon as I saw you streaming, it lightened my mood. Well, first of all, I'm very happy that I could bring a smile to your day. There's a lot that's going on in the world that's wrong, and it's rough times for a lot of people, but I'm very happy that I can cheer you guys up sometimes. It makes the world a little more processable if we go through it together. And sometimes you need a little escapism into the Foundation verse where things are well in control when the rest of the world isn't in your control. Now, we are definitely not going to give SCP-079 an upgrade. That thing is megalomaniacal, and it seems like a bad plan. I can't understand why anyone would want to do that. That thing would try and kill us instantly. SCP-729-J. Oh, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Why don't you go grab yourself a nice bowl of almonds? And if those almonds contain a larger amount of arsenic than usual, I'm sure that won't be a problem for you. I just built another house near Site 42. Oh, that's so great. Everyone loved that, and nobody was angry at all. Right, guys? Right? Oh, yes. So good for everyone. Derek May, thank you for donating the first time to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of chicken wings on your way past the commissary. Hey, sorry. I let 049 play with all the virus SCPs. Remember, SCP-049 is an anomaly. It's an it, not a he. All SCPs are anomalies. They are objects, not people. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols here at the Foundation. Thank you. It seems happy now. I hope that helps. It want to fight more at 42 Fight Club. There's no Fight Club at Site 42. I don't know what you're talking about. That's completely ridiculous. There's no SCP Fight Club. There wasn't even a rule about not talking about SCP Fight Club because there isn't SCP Fight Club not to talk about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Cooper Corp, thank you for donating again. Could you put SCP-035 on Able? What would happen? How could you think that giving an immortal body to that chaotic mask could ever be a good idea? How would you ever even think that? I don't understand how you people get out of bed in the morning without falling on your faces. God! And by God, I mean SCP-5991. I'm calling out to Vor Jesus for help today. Raccoon Dog, thank you for donating again. Totally unrelated questions to your current condition. What do you think of staff members trying to romance anomalies? Oh, I see what you're doing here. Oh, you wanna rile up old Dr. Sherman because people wanna fraternize with anomalies all the ding-dang time, and that's not okay at the Foundation. If I don't wanna humanize anomalies, I certainly don't want people dating them or fucking them. That's a terrible idea, and I think everybody who wants to do it should take amnestics and lay in a ditch. Silver Runner, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cherry cola on your way past the commissary. Is Adam at the bottom of the Department of Abnormalities? I am going to check. It seems that you are correct about that assumption, as far as I can see from this Villains Wiki page about Adam L. Assam in the SCP universe, so perhaps you are correct about that. Interesting, I was unfamiliar with their game. Eris Cupido, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Danish on your way past the commissary. Doctor, is your character tweaking or are you? I am simply having a problem managing which emotional form comes out due to a cognitohazardous interaction with SCP. And so I am unable to regulate which emotion comes out. They seem to be somewhat opposite to what I'm dealing with internally, but that doesn't always seem to be the case. And in fact, I don't think singing is an emotion, so I'm not even sure what that was. But I'm certain that this cognitohazard will wear off eventually. Caracal, thank you for your 3-month anniversary member message. I am once again using the fancy milestone button to say peanut butter. How are you? Despite my exterior, I am actually feeling fine and dandy like sour candy. It is just that I am unable to export that emotion in its proper exuberance at this time. Cooper Corp, thank you for donating again. Lock up all the mallow freaks, gra. I agree. Goose Honky, or Goose Honk YT, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cinnamon bun on your way past the commissary. 996 has breached the faculty. We need to lock down. Well, first I need to know what SCP-996 is, because I don't remember that designation off the top of my head. Yes, that is the Sleep Killer. What's her exact code name? Yes, it's Sleep Killer. I was correct. Of course I was correct. I'm a very good SCP researcher. Meanwhile, well, they're not exactly that hard to find. I mean, our entire goal here is just to wreck them. So send the guards in and wreck them. Are you genuinely struggling, or is this just pure RP? Intern something, I don't know what you're talking about. I was testing SCP in a cognitohazardous scenario. Affected me and my ability to portray my emotions. That is all. I am fine. The Ink Monster, welcome to Site 42 staff as an overseer. You're the boss now, dog. We appreciate your membership and your service. I hope you understand that I am much more excited and thankful for this than I can currently portray. You get the point. You're an overseer. Star Bricks, thank you for donating again. What class would N from Murder Drones be? That's a Murder Drones entity I have not been asked about. Let's see. Former worker drone converted by Sin into a disassembly drone. Sent by Cooper 9 to destroy runaway AI. Flight, acid, healing saliva, regeneration, interchangeable hands, general weapon proficiency, EMP immunity, increased strength. Overheating and vampirism. And boot loop light. If we can utilize this boot loop light, we might be able to make it a Euclid, but it's probably a Keter. It seems rather difficult to contain. So likely Keter, possibly Euclid. Dark Phoenix, thank you for gifting a Site 42 membership. If you got that membership from Dark Phoenix, make sure you thank them. And on that same note, Sheeny, thank you for gifting another 10 Site 42 memberships. Desks, prize people, reading. You are the primary motivator of it. And it's very kind of you to support people in the SCP community, especially in the battle against the white names. And so make sure you thank Sheeny and Dark Phoenix for their gifted memberships if you got a membership from their generosity. And Desk, I will look forward to your prize people reading, although I'm very scared to hear what Clef is going to say about it because that guy's crazy. Samuel Corelli, thank you for 2 donations in a row, your first donation of the row of the stream. Please help yourself to some coffee cake on your way past the commissary. You missed my last donation in the previous stream where I responded with last slice of meat lovers pizza in the entire building. Well, I am sorry if I missed your donation. I definitely don't remember seeing that, but it might have gotten caught in a browser refresh or something. Either way, the pizza party yesterday was a success, so hopefully everyone got all the pizza they wanted. I had a good time because when I opened the box the first time, I got my pepperoni lovers, and then the second time I opened it, I got my Hawaiian, so I got a little bit of both. $729-J. Oh, thank you for donating again, you jerk. There's actually 2 of us in the chat. Of course there is. Of course there's 2 of you. That is not something anybody would want in their entire life. But of course, that happens to us here at Site 42. It's just our luck. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. No one is going to pitch a fit about this at all, and no one is going to burn down the chat in response. Math Ghost, thank you for what I think is your first donation to today's stream. And so you can grab yourself a bowl of chili on your way past the commissary. Read most of the Antimemetics Division tales this week. Quantum is such a good author and the story is amazing. Also, I like your hair, good color choice. Well, first of all, thank you. I do feel bonita, and I appreciate that you chatters enjoy the hair. I have to text the stylist and tell her that she did a really good job and that you guys like it. And then, Quantum's books I have good news about that. They just released the pre-order for a second printing of There Is No Antimemetics Division by Quantum. It is currently, I shared it on the Twitter, and if you look it up, they're pre-ordering the new versions of the book now. The new cover looks really dope. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There Is No Antimemetics Division, second edition. Pre-order. I'm sure the best way to get there is going to be to go to Quantum's website. Here we go. So the second edition printing of There Is No Antimemetics Division, it goes on sale November 11th. So you can pre-order it right now if you want to get your hands on it. I heard that Quantum is doing some updates to it for the second edition. So you're going to want to get your hands on it and support a dope SCP author, as well as author of other things, of course. Intern, hello. There is nothing wrong. It is just that the emotions that I have right now are all mixed up thanks to a cognitohazardous interaction with SCP. And so I am unable to express my emotions properly. Right now I am very happy because an SCP author is releasing a second edition of a book, which is super cool for art. Samuel, thank you for donating again. Researching what would happen if I combine Infinite IKEA with the warp from Warhammer 40k universe. Is not the warp some sort of alternate dimension? Warp space is a mirror dimension of pure energy. I want to know what you're thinking. There's some things you can't hide. Pure energy. Existing as a mirror to our own reality, the materium. It is the domain of the gods of chaos. They dwell in their own realms, perpetually battling for one another in a struggle known as the Great Game. The size of these realms expands and contracts as the power of the warp ebbs and flows. I think it could be very humorous to combine the warp and the infinite IKEA realm, because then you would have these weird gods as the villages in the infinite IKEA. And so storage would have to go to war against bedrooms, would have to go to war against kitchens, which would have to go to war against the flat packers and all that. North Void Novus, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a roll of sushi on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, how many nuclear warheads does the SCP Foundation use? Well, certain sites have the alpha warhead for self-destructing the site purposes. Not every site, but most sites. And so, just say 75% of sites, however many sites we have, that's the amount of nukes we have on hand. Minimum, because obviously we have others that we can use for other purposes, not just for blowing up our sites. The Ink Monster, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as becoming a member. Make sure to grab yourself a shepherd's pie on your way past the commissary. What would you class Sonic Rewrite? If I remember correctly, that one we classified would likely be Keter, because Sonic characters in general are Keter just because they're so overpowered. It is a artificial intelligence rather than an entity, so it could probably go down to Euclid if our artificial intelligence constructs could contain and or delete it. Angel Chobat, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a cheesesteak on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman. I looked up SCP-729-J, and honestly, I don't see what's wrong with it. Well, I will tell you this. You wrote the wrong number, which is, you wrote 792-J. But if you looked up SCP-729-J, then you would know everything that's wrong with it. Everything! Caracal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as your previous member message. Make sure to grab yourself a Reuben on your way past the commissary. Did anyone ever figure out what it is? Like, I know it's it, but what is it? P.S. Love the hair. Well, thank you for appreciating the do. But what is it? What is the it you are itting about? Because you're not, the it isn't peanut butter, is it? I just looked up 729-J. It's absolutely horrible. I know, right? That thing is the worst. Dark Phoenix, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. No, it's not your first donation. Thank you for donating again. I got confused because it ranked you #1 in the chat leaderboard, which is certainly a thing that we need to have, YouTube. The chat leaderboard, it's here for you. You can be the leader of the chat. It means you talk the most or donate the most. I don't know what the rankings are for, but it's so necessary. YouTube says it's necessary for engagement. Engagement. Are you engaging with the mints? Anyways, on to what you were talking about. I did not mean to seem up in arms about the incident earlier. I was only following the protocol that I was taught in situations involving anomalies. I'm rolling back to your previous message to confirm I know what you're talking about. Oh no, you do not have to worry about... I did not consider you to be up in arms in anything. You don't have to worry about the scenario. It is just something that, as I said, you can breeze by, you'll be fine. The Ink Monster, thank you for donating again. No, Angel did look up 729-J. I was there with him. We both don't know what's wrong with it. Saw a picture. You saw a picture of that thing, and you can't tell what's wrong with it? Was there ink on your glasses? Were they hiding your vision? That thing is horrible. That is the worst thing. And I can't believe You're pulling my leg. There's no way you cannot have not seen a problem with that thing. It is incomprehensible that no one saw a problem with that thing. You probably just need to read the rest of the article. If you read the rest of the article, I'm sure it'll make sense. Samuel Corelli, thank you for donating again. Permission slip to put 212 in 914. Testing 914 with anomalies is mostly off limits, so I doubt that's going to be okay. I was correct. You cannot use the improver with 914. Request denied. Sir, can you give me a random character? Phantom examples. MLP, FNAF, SCP. Okay, you want to... Well, I'm going to pick SCP because I'm not a researcher in Ponyland or a FNAF restaurant. So, if I'm giving you a random SCP, then I'm going to make it a fun one. You said a character... SCP-4051, Agent Miller, is who I want you to do whatever you're going to do with. Wolvesies, thank you for donating again. Take amnestics and sleep on a ditch. Lol, love it. It is the right thing for them to do. Angel Chobat, thank you for donating again. I find it funny. SCP-106 held up its middle fingers up the entire time it looked at the thing. Well, yes, that's because 729-J is so horrific that even SCP-106, a homicidal psychopath, decided that no, it was going to fuck right off from that scenario. Because 729-J is, I cannot emphasize this enough, the worst! So yes, that's just one example of why that thing is so ass. Caracal, thank you for donating again. Wait, where did it go? Browser, stop messing with me. Faith No More, epic. I've not heard Faith No More in a long time. I need to go on to Spotify. (729-J), thank you for donating again. Angel Chobat is right. There's nothing wrong with us. Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny with your lies. Your lies that you tell as an awful human being, because you're not even a human being. You're a weird plushie. A weird plushie that murdered 682 somehow. And we're not supposed to know? We're not supposed to get to understand how that happened? That's just so awful and not fair. I, for one, cannot wait to shove you in a room with SCP-4521 and see who blinks. I'm Deej. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some Swedish meatballs on your way past the commissary. Have you ever listened to the Class of 76 podcast? I have not. I am actually unfamiliar with that podcast. I am certain that I would have heard of such a thing, but I guess I was out of the loop. And so I'll have to look it up and maybe check it out sometime. Because honestly, that sounds like a cool idea for a podcast. Am I to assume you're talking about the Class of 76 parts of podcast by the channel SCP Archive? Or are you talking about this thing that says Class of 76 Mayfair Watchers Society? I'm not sure which one I should be paying attention to. Doc, are you okay? Intern Neo, I'm fine. I am just under the effect of a cognitohazard caused by SCP that is causing me to have flipped emotional responses. I am actually quite chipper overall today. It's been a nice day, and I feel very happy. I am just, as you can see, plainly unable to export that emotion from my inside to the outside properly. North Void Novus, thank you for... Is this your first donation or second donation of the day? I forget. I feel like I notice your... yes, this is your second donation, so thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, my next question, if you haven't heard about the Hadal Black site evacuation in the Letvand zone, how would the SCP Foundation contain the searchlights, Angler Pandemonium, and the Saboteur? That is so many words I don't understand. I have no idea what you are doing here. Let me take a look at what's going on. Let me first look up Hadal Black site. Don't know what that is. Okay, so this is from the Roblox universe Pressure, apparently. And is that the only thing I need to see here? You mentioned a Letvand zone? A Letvand zone? Which is still from the Pressure. I'm assuming this is all Pressure. And so what is a Searchlight's Angler? The Saboteur, we talked about in a previous stream. So I'll start with that one. Although I don't really remember a lot about it. No, I'm not talking about the Saboteur, an action-adventure game developed by Pandemic Studios. I don't know why you would give me that database. I meant the other Saboteur. The trick to the Saboteur is it's locked in the black site anyway, so I don't really have to worry about that one. But this anglerfish, that's the one I'm more worried about, I believe, because that would mean it's outside the facility, wouldn't it? Oh, those are 4 different things. Searchlights, Angler, Pandemonium, and Saboteur. My answer is they're all contained in the Hadal Black site, so I don't need to deal with them. I love it when things are locked in places already. Makes my job way easier. Dark Phoenix, thank you for donating again. Which SCP is considered the most powerful? Well, that would, of course, be SCP-6101, known as Ethan Prosper. The description of SCP-6101 clearly reads, SCP-6101 is the strongest SCP. Therefore, it is right there on the tin. SCP-729-J. Oh, thank you for donating again, you jerk. I can't blink. I don't care. Carl Luker, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Twix on your way past the commissary. How do you contain Alice from FPD? Well, I don't know what an FPD is. Gotta clear some tabs. It's FPE, I see. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Fundamental paper education. Okay, I've never heard of this before. Overarching antagonist, huh? What kind of abilities do you have now? Seemingly normal girl, tiara. Superhuman physical characteristics, bodily weaponry and additional limbs, natural weaponry, body control, teleportation, minor reality warping, limited shapeshifting and transformation, regeneration, acrobatics, berserk mode, high jumping. Oh, Lord D. All these frickin' powers. Oh, I'm gonna have all the powers. It's fine. Kids aren't happy with just one power nowadays. Demonic appearance, pitch black, silhouetted with scleras and pupils and... And what is this paper universe that they're in? What is fundamental paper education? Huh. So this series doesn't exist anymore? I'm seeing some the creator left. Uh-oh. That's not a good thing. Well, I would look into what happened in the show as a guide for how to contain or how to deal with it. But seeing as that doesn't seem like an option, I would have to assume we got teleportation, the worst power for containment. So either we're totally screwed, or we're dealing with the standard Scranton reality anchors, because that's just teleporters and reality warpers, man. You gotta have a reality anchor. They're very expensive. It's very annoying. I don't like this anomaly. Ink Monster, thank you for donating again. Why don't you talk about SCP-2521? Well, outside of this stream where the cognitohazard filters protect us from such things, you don't talk about 2521 because any mention of it causes the entity to appear and take you away. But seeing as we're all protected by Clef's memetic field right now, we are safe for this instance. Do not talk about that entity once we sign off. Your protection will be gone and you will be Candlejacked. Sheeny, yes, exactly. 2521 is Candlejack, basically. It's a very creative article because it's only written in pictures. You should check it out. It's a very nice article. It was during a contest for short works, and the shortest amount of words is none. Shadow Clone, thank you for the nice hair comment. I appreciate it. I feel very bonita. Samuel Corelli, thank you for donating again. Emergency. Federal Bureau of Control's oldest house has connected to Infinite Staircase. I'm going to let you deal with it. I'm going on break. Why would their little weird house be linking to a college campus on the other side of the country? I actually don't know if it's on the other side of the country, but I'm going to check real quick. Because the oldest house, isn't that in New York City? New York City? Yes, it is in New York City. Meanwhile, of course, the location of 087 is redacted, because of course they redacted it. They redacted everything in the old days. You can't know anything about anything, even though I have a level 4 classification clearance. Dark Phoenix, thank you for donating again. What are your thoughts about Magic the Gathering? I don't have a lot of thoughts about Magic the Gathering because I don't play it, but it seems like it's a fun game and I have friends who are very into it. And the card art is usually very pretty. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I made this SCP and wrote the story, but I'm not 18. Do I wait or give it to someone else to have? You are not allowed to give someone else your SCP story and have them post it on the wiki. That's against the rules. It is seen as a way to evade the mods, and it causes problems, so I would not suggest that at all. Instead, I would hold on to the story. I would work on it from time to time, improve it, because you got plenty of time to work on your writing, upgrade the story, get critique from other writers, work that in to improve it. And the more work you put into it, you're actually in a great position because you have all the time in the world to improve your craft. It's actually very, very nice for you as a youth that you are able to have the time that many of us in the older side don't have anymore. And so you should practice your writing, you should improve your story, and then you should write some other stories, and you should maybe link them together. That way, by the time you are ready to sign up for the wiki, you could have a really cool canon, and you have all these interconnected stories ready to go. Doesn't that sound super cool? Excuse me, Dr. Sherman, how's your day? Intern probability, I'm having a very good day. I feel great, but because of my cognitive hazardous interaction with SCP, I can't show you the proper emotions until it wears off. Ink Monster, thank you for donating again. I would like to see 2521 fucking try. Best of luck to you in your new life on the other side of wherever that thing takes people. Rosie, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some hummus on your way past the commissary. Hello again, been a while. Are you all right, doctor? I am all right. I just had a cognitohazardous interaction with SCP, and now I am unable to show my emotionals in the proper way because they've been mixed up. So now I'm sad when I'm happy, And I'm angry when I'm confused. And when I'm angry, actually angry, I Joker laugh or something. I don't know. Raccoon Dog, thank you for donating again. Do you flinch at horror movies? Or are there any anomalies you flinch at? Oh, I am in fact a reactive person. And so I enjoy horror movies a lot, but they do make me jump from time to time. The place where I don't jump is in haunted houses because I used to work at Busch Gardens Howlow Scream in Tampa. And after several years of working in the haunted houses, you get immune to being scared of them because you're too busy seeing where all the trap doors are so that you could see where the scare actors are. It's a really fun gig. I recommend it for a seasonal gig if you want to have a good time and get paid for it. Just don't get punched. Samuel Corelli, thank you for donating again. Emergency. Federal Bureau of Control's oldest house is also connected to the Infinite IKEA. Good luck. They're going to have a lot of trouble when the Dash 2s come out. Neptune Gamer. All right, I will do that. Good luck. Good luck on your artistic journey. Time check, please. It is currently 8 minutes until the end of stream, everyone. 8 minutes until the end of stream. I'm glad you asked for a time check. Funny story, we went to a haunted house attraction once when I was a kid. My brother got jump scared and accidentally kicked someone in the no-no zone. You gotta be careful. As a patron, you have to moderate your reactions to the best of your ability because you don't want people to get hurt. We already have to deal with the jerks who do want to hit you on purpose. So yes, please be kind to the scare actors. Reflexes are reflexes, but try and keep it in mind so that you stay away from them. Thank you for getting me interested in the SCP community, Dr. Sherman. Beetle of Moss and Stone, I'm very happy to hear that. You're quite welcome, both from me saying you're welcome and you are welcome to the SCP community. It's good to have you aboard. Ink Monster, thank you for donating again. Then I leave with one last message. I will be back from whatever 2521 takes me. Well, make sure you take notes. You should lay down for a while after this and cool yourself off and relax. You look exhausted. Well, believe me, I'm fine. I am actually very happy right now. It's just I am incapable of showing it thanks to the cognitohazardous interaction with SCP. But once that wears off, I will return to my happy-go-lucky, chipper mood. My cat just came over because it sounds like you're about to cry and I think my kitty is worried. Intern Silly Boy, tell the cat that it's very nice of them to comfort me, but I am fine. It's okay. It's a very good kitty. Demon Sniper, thank you for donating again. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I brought you some chips. I appreciate it. Snacks are very nice. Dr. Sherman, why is there a teddy bear in the hallway? Put it in a box now. Of the amount of anomalous teddy bears we have, one of them is the worst one. Put it in a box. We'll sort it out later. Sir, how do you feel about Furbies, not furries? I love them, just not those terrible ones. Furbies, aka a Furby. Furbies are indeed creepilicious. They are weird. They are weird. Demon Sniper gifted 20 memberships. The battle against the white name continues in earnest. Demon Sniper, thank you for your generosity and your service in the battle against the white names. And make sure, if you receive that gift membership from Demon Sniper, that you thank them for their intense generosity. W Demon Sniper indeed, Zerdrin. W Demon Sniper indeed. How much can I get paid at a haunted house? Intern Andrew, back when I was working at the haunted houses, which God is now 10 to 15 years ago, it was something like $22 to $27 an hour. Because it's technically an acting job. And each year that you came by, you got paid a little bit more. And so especially when I lived in Florida, where it was a minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, starting at, I think it was 15 and then moving up to 20, up to 27 or something was a pretty good rate. Demon Sniper, thank you for donating again. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I'm bringing in some new friends. Oh, that's what you meant by the 20 memberships. You are a hero. Congratulations. North Void Novus, thank you for donating again. I was asking about the Black site because I work there. We need the SCP's help to take it back from the entities. The painter is being difficult. You need to... Okay, I can draw up a collaboration request, but I'm going to need the people on your end to sign off on it and offer something to the Foundation to make it worth our while. So figure that out and get back to us. Caracal, thank you for donating again. Entity can easily escape, but is too depressed to currently try. Entity can expand, contract, and go through any cracks. How would I be able to contain it? How would I label and contain it? Pardon me. Well, obviously, you need to contain it by putting it in a sealed room with no cracks to go through. It is not impossible to make that kind of containment cell. In fact, we're quite used to hermetically sealed rooms like that, so I wouldn't worry on that front. Meanwhile, I would probably label it Keter, because even though it's depressed right now, it might later decide it wants to try to escape. All right, Site 42 staff. That brings us to the end of stream, or so I thought, because I made a mistake. I made a mistake, which is I didn't read a single Classicon entry. And we can't have that. We have to have a Classicon entry. So we're staying on just a little bit longer. I even named the stream after Classicon, so it has to be done. Now, in case you are new and you don't understand what's happening, Classicon is the current SCP contest going on right now. Classicon is a contest where the SCP authors have to write a classic-style SCP article, meaning it has to be 1,000 words or less. It can only have up to 1 or 3 pictures. It has to have standard format, no special format flourishes. And so with that, and it has to be horror-themed. So it's a throwback to Series 1, and 170 articles have been submitted. So many articles submitted that they had to bump up the SCP 9000 contest because we're about to run out of article slots. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that great? So, love to see the community coming together. So now we're going to read a random article. And I'm going to slide this wheel up and down, and I'm going to slide this mouse up and down. And the random one that we got is SCP-8453. SCP-8453, codename The Walls Whispers, by wiki user Top Down Under. Our article reading Oh, did she get really cold in here? Give me just a second. Hi, guys. I think I'm me again. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Oh, yes. Yes. Ooh, I sound like me again. Hallelujah. Whew. That was annoying. That was horrible. That was not a good time for me. I'm back. Okay. Yay. All right. Said SCP-729-. Honestly, not annoying, but honestly, it's better than it was before. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're still going to read that Classicon entry. But first, I got some donations I got to catch up on. Demon Sniper, both of them are from you. Thank you for donating twice. Dr. Sherman, I'm going to lurk and chill with 999. Dr. Sherman, go take some time with 999 and relax. Well, you have fun with 999, and when I'm done, maybe I'll come and join you for a bit. Selma, welcome to Mobile Task Force Captainship here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Okay. Classic Con. 8453. SCP-8453. Codename, The Walls Whispers. By Top Down Under. It starts with a notice. Notice, this draft is currently in deletion. Information found below may be fraudulent or outdated. Item number, SCP-8453. Object class, Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-8453 is currently pending official classification and containment. Until then, SCP-8453 is monitored, when possible, by junior researcher Anthony Davids. Description. SCP-8453 is an inaccessible maintenance corridor behind junior researcher Davids' office in Area 34. The corridor does not appear on any current or archive floor plans of Area 34. A sealed hatch, welded shut and concealed behind drywall, leads into the space. SCP-8453 was discovered by junior researcher Davids on April 15, 2023. Loud thudding noises were heard behind a shelf, and the removal of which uncovered the hatch. Investigation with a handheld thermal imaging device indicated a temperature behind the hatch of 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Attempts to open the hatch using cutting tools and drills have all failed. On April 28th, junior researcher Davids placed a microphone near the hatch. Over the following week, thudding and faint voices were recorded. Audio log 8453-1, April 28th, 2023. There is a voice and there is David's. The voice is first. Me. Huh? Is someone there? Hello?
Worse than we thought.
What was worse?
Requesting immediate evac. This is Dr. Project Silhouette.
Doctor? Who are you? And log. Audio log 8453-4 on May 1st, 2023. So this is a couple days later, or a couple logs later as well.
Gamma 27, confirming.
Gunfire. Whoa, what's happening?
Lost visuals, requesting backup.
Static and gunfire abruptly stops. Audio log 6 on May 4th, so a couple days later, a couple logs later. You say you're whispering in your walls, Professor Onion. Are you SCP-8453? Because there are voices whispering in the walls right now. Or I guess you would say they're yelling in the walls right now. Alright, so log 6.
Mimicry was a mistake. Look around you. If only we had... And this is what we get?
There's two of you now? Hello?
Whatever, we just need to...
Audio log 7. Couple days later.
Off, completely.
Loud mechanical noises are heard.
I don't want any signs of...
Mechanical noises grow louder, accompanied by the sound of crushing concrete, deafening the voice. Log 8, the next day.
Only left. Only... locking bodies.
Wet crunching noises are heard.
Can be of some use.
Two incident reports were submitted by junior researcher Davids, both of which have been declined. And now we have the personal log of Anthony Davids, May 13th, 2023. I've been recording the hatch for a while now. I think it just repeats after a week. At least the voices do. I was up late last night working on another SCP I'm actually assigned to, and you know that feeling when you know someone is watching you? That's what I was getting from the hatch. And when I got close to it, I could have sworn I heard sobbing. I checked the recording afterward. Nothing. But it was on. I know it was on. Anyway, I searched up Silhouette since it kept coming up. There was an old project here in 34 named that, but I can't find anything about it. Who led it, what it was about, nothing. All I found was an empty directory made in 1991. So, 30-something years ago. And now we have a final log. Note from Site Director Ezra Everest. Following the discovery of the above draft in the 8453 slot, Anthony Davids has been assigned to therapy and relieved of duty. Clearly, he's been having a hard time adjusting to this new line of work and could use a well-deserved break. He has also been reprimanded for the misuse of Foundation equipment. Okay, that's the end. So, he found a vent, a hatch, that they can't open, and there's voices and there's something inside going on. And the Foundation maybe knows about it and is covering it up, because the files are all deleted, and they're putting this guy into therapy because they don't want him spilling the beans on it, I guess. And all the discussion of the author said is, when I was a kid, I swore I saw a rattlesnake under my bed, but it was just my cousin's toy. So is it a... So I like the mystery. Honestly, you know what? I think it works for me. Because the idea here is that I like the idea that the Foundation is covering this up somehow. I wonder why they gave... they'll probably do something with that office now that they've discovered that Anthony was onto something. Yeah, I think this flies for me. I don't think it's the strongest article in the world, but I think it flies for me. So I will give it an upvote. But if you're a member of the SCP Wiki, you can upvote it or downvote it or even no-vote it at your leisure. Make your voice heard. And in fact, contest voting ends in a couple days, so your votes still count right now. And I saw someone say time check, and yes, the time check is we are over time by 13 minutes, which means it is time for the end of stream. Thankfully, I can do end of stream in my own voice. Hallelujah. So, as always at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Now, I'm not going to say the SCPs that are my favorite are the ones I wrote. That'd be cheating. Of course I love my SCPs. And if you want to see the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. There you'll see all the articles I wrote, and you'll also see some donation links. If you want to become a Site 42 patron or a YouTube channel member, you can donate to us monthly, help us keep the lights on. If you want to donate once at a time instead, you can do a Ko-Fi donation or a YouTube Super Chat. All of these are ways you can directly donate to helping us keep the lights on for me, the moderators, and the editors of the channel videos, and we appreciate that greatly. And even if you can't donate because you are part of the broke gang, we've all been there, as long as you are doing all the YouTube business, you're liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, chatting, all that good business, then you are helping us boost the channel in your own way, and that makes you a member of Mobile Task Force Psi 42, codename the Signal Boosters. And with our powers combined, me as the content creator, you guys as the audience, we will take Site 42 to higher heights. We will support the SCP Wiki and its authors and its artists and its filmmakers and its game devs. We'll get bigger projects made because they'll get more eyes on them and more funding, and that'll make it awesome. And we will finally have the SCP TV shows and films that Amazon and Netflix will not make because they are afraid. They're afraid of the Creative Commons, but we're not afraid. We will wield this community to victory! And I appreciate your service, Psi 42. Now, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one, It's rough. Speed round 399930430008 JSpooky-J503151755320 and 8980. Trigger warning for that last one. Rough read. Fuck Dr. Christopher Burns. All my homies hate Dr. Christopher Burns. Also, reminder, I'm going to be at MetroCon, not this weekend, but next weekend. The 25th, 26th, and 27th. So if you can make it to Tampa, Florida, Tampa's biggest anime convention is MetroCon. I will be there. I'm hosting a panel Friday at noon. Day one, we are doing an SCP panel. I have a big box of Toad King Studios SCP merch to just give away. Everybody who comes to that panel is going to get something, as long as it's less than the amount of people that I got merch for. As long as I've got enough merch, everyone gets something for free because it's a good time. And so we'll be there to talk about SCP. We can meet in person, handshake like bros, do the awesome muscle handshake. That's what those Mobile Task Force agent guys do, because they're all cool jocks and all. When they're not shoving us researchers in lockers anyways. I will be traveling, so remember, starting tomorrow, streams get even more sporadic for a little bit. Might be 30 minutes to an hour, might be in an airport, might be in a public rest stop, I don't know. We're on the road, baby, this could go anywhere. And so, make sure you got your bell hit, because for the next 3 weeks, streams are going to be chaos. If I can keep this streak going up until next month, it will be a miracle. Let's see if we can do it, fam. So, at the end of all that, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you all in the next video or stream. Drain the veins in my head, clean out the reds in my eyes to get by security lines. Dear X-ray machine, pretend you don't know me so well. I won't tell if you lied. Cry, 'cause the drought's been brought up. Drinking 'cause you're looking so good in your Starbucks cup. I complain for the company I keep. The windows for sleep and rearrange, and I'm nobody. Well, who's laughing now? I'm leaving your town again. And I'm over the ground that you've been spinning, and I'm up in the air. Said, baby, hell yeah. Well, honey, I can see your house from here. If the plane goes down, damn, I'll remember where the love was found. If the plane goes down, damn. Damn, I should be so lucky. Even only 24 hours under your touch. You know I need you so much. I cannot wait to call you. Tell you that I landed somewhere and hand you a square of the airport. And walk you through the maze of the map that I'm gazing at. Gracefully unnamed and feeling guilty for the luck and the look that you gave me. You make me somebody. Ain't nobody knows me. Not even me can see it yet. I bet I'm leaving your town again. And I'm over the ground that you've been spinning, and I'm up in the air. Said, baby, hell yeah. Well, honey, I can see your house from here. If the plane goes down, damn, I'll remember where the love was found. If the plane goes down, damn, damn. Credit song is Plane by Jason Mraz. Catch you next time, stream.